Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas' coverage of the inauguration of the 47th President of the United States of America is proudly brought to you by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Tourism, Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, Rocky Farms Nursery, J.S. Johnson Insurance, Janae's Fashions, Baja Retreat, and the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center of the Bahamas.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Donald Trump's return to office already marked by sweeping changes that saw the 47th president's signature on a series of executive orders, including America's withdrawal from the Paris Climate Agreement. 24 hours later, and the move has already fueled serious concern. In Washington for us, our Devontae Hanna is on the story.
President Trump is now making his way here in Washington, D.C. Yesterday, he signed 50 executive orders. Tonight is his first night as President of the United States, and the Minister of Foreign Affairs is now responding to some of those concerns that were raised by experts as it relates to those orders. Take a look.
The next item here is the withdrawal from the Paris Climate Treaty. We're going to save over $1 trillion by withdrawing from that treaty.
That's just one of the executive orders signed by President Trump on Inauguration Day, raising concern in the Bahamas. The United States withdrawal from the Paris Agreement could leave the country vulnerable to the adverse effects of climate change, according to experts. And tonight, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, sharing with sadness the government remains resolute in its efforts to combat the global issue.
We will continue to work with like-minded individuals and countries on this matter. Within the domestic theater of the United States, again, that's their province, whatever they decide to do. But the science is real, and we'll simply continue working, and we are certain in the longer term that in the best interest of our country, we'll protect our country on the issue of climate change.
President Trump also revealing a new plan to cut back on illegal migration in the United States with immediate effect. Addressing thousands of supporters in the Capital One building on Monday, he announced the closure of the southern border.
All over the world, they're emptying their prisons into our country. They're emptying their mental institutions into our country. It stops as of 1 o'clock this afternoon.
The Bahamas now bracing for an increase in illegal migrants landing in country en route to the United States.
The Bahamas is prepared to meet any influx of that nature and will defend its interests as such.
And Minister Mitchell also clarifying the country has no position on reports of Herschel Walker reportedly being appointed U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas.
Well, there's no nomination before us from this present administration, and the last one, I think, expired when the last term of the last president expired, or the last Congress expired.
Officially, he says, regardless of who is president of the United States, what matters most is that they are one of our strongest allies, and he says that that relationship remains unchanged, and he's encouraging Bahamians to continue to do their part to ensure that that relationship continues to stay the way it is. Reporting from the White House, the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.